pleasure to be here today, and I thank you for making time to learn. Since this is our first time, I think it's best if we take things nice and slow, nice and easy, as we examine the following categories. Those are colors, and you've got the degrees of adjectives, which include superlatives as well as comparisons. Let's start with colors. I learned quite effectively through the use of reflection and association. So before we start getting into learning about colors, let's keep in mind that some of them take gendered articles. For example, white is e or ebard. Ebard, ebard is white in Albanian. Okay, so moving on, let's get the rest of the easy colors out of the way. For example, purple in Albanian is simply purpurt. Next, I'll give you a hint as to what this next color might be, and you might know it. You should know it.
I'm blue, I would need, I would die, I would need, I would die, I would need, I would...
Did you get it yet? That's right. Blue in Albanian is blue. Next, as in English, with oranges, we've discovered that we can simply call the color the same thing, orange. And in Albanian, orange is quite simply portokali. Next, can you guess what the color is in Albanian for pink? Not sure? I'll give you a hint. That's right. Rose is pink in Albanian. I like red roses better anyways. And I'm also not ashamed to say, that I like Tirana beer as well. Which reminds me, Tirana also has a more special flavor of beer, which just so happens to be Ekuche Red. The name of the beer is Ekuchelache. Ekuchelache, the slogan for the beer is actually Nikuch Patur, which means shameless essentially.
Kuqelashe, e kuqe pa turp.
I'm sorry. Speaking about being shameless, did you know that people like me can't blush? I'm sure you're wondering, what does he mean, people like him? Black people. Yeah, this is where things get weird. Black in Albanian is izez or ezez. But what color am I? Don't worry, it's not a trick question, be honest. Brown is the correct answer. In Shqip, brown is actually cafe. But if you take another look at the next Turkish coffee drink, you'll notice that it appears black. Luckily, appearances are deceiving because in fact it's dark brown. To say something is dark in Albanian, we use a form of the word darkness, which is erasir. Dark is erit. I like to think of myself as more of a light brown kind of brother myself. This next color has two variants. Green. I like to associate the color green with plant life, typically. Sounds a bit bizarre, right? It shouldn't. Imagine a green salad, salat yeşile. Or imagine a lush dark green jungle, Gilbert Erit. The extremely tall trees are full of bright green leaves, despite the pale winter color of the sky. Unfortunately, this next color's association may leave you with a bad taste in your mouth, but you'll remember it. In Shqip, the word vomit, as well as yellow, similarly start with the letter V. E, ver, or ever, the gendered article taking predominance in the beginning. Now let's finish up the rest of these easy to remember or slightly uncommon colors. There's beige, which is beige in Shqip. There is light blue, which has its own word, which is ekalter or ekalter. And then there's silver, which is e argent, or e argent. And then there's gold, which is fluorine. Now, for the next category, adjectives. Adjectives are used in 3 degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative. They make these degrees the same way adverbs do. In English, we still see special words like good, better, best, regular endings such as small, smaller, smallest, and forms such as significant, more significant, most significant. But in Albanian, the form of the adjectives does not change. They simply take particles or adverbs to show the degree. The first degree is shkala pohore, the affirmative degree. Here, the adjective takes a gendered article which reflects the noun it describes. For feminine, we could say Doma indenye ushte rahachme. The living room is comfortable. Or, for masculine forms, we could say Programi ushti shkelchur. And now for shkala krasore, the comparative degree. To compare things that are more or less than something else, in Shqip, we use ma plus the gendered article plus se or se-sa. Or we use mapak plus the gendered article plus se or se-sa. For example, Yam moi jat se Danny DeVito. Or Danny DeVito with mapaki jat se un. For plural, the gendered article becomes ta. For example, in English, I have more red flowers than pink flowers. Unkam mashum lula te kuche se lula rose. If you want to compare things that are equal, simply replace ma or mapak with ach and se or se-sa with sa, se-sa. For example, Albania has as much circle dancing as Raki. In Shqip, Shqiperia ka akshum vale shqiptare sa Raki. The third category, superlative, or shkala superore. To really drive a point home, try adding a word before your adjective, such as shun, tepper, mjaft, yash staknisht even. To say the most of whatever adjective you're using is to use ma before the adjective and take a gendered article at the end of the adjective, such as I or a. For example, your dress is incredibly beautiful. Fustani yot, but yas staknish buker. Tonight, Mama Rim, dinner was the best. Sana, Mama Rim, dark each de my mira. It's not easy for me to accept the fact that I am the most humble volunteer, but I accept. Du ishte late promote Pernoi, Fakti Chayang, Unatari Mai Modest, or and Pernoi. Unfortunately, our time with this session has come to a close. And I must admit how proud I am of your endeavors with this Shqip Initiative. So, if circumstances allow for it, I'd be eager to come back and join you again in the den of Shqipology.